poppin'? It's me, your host. Uh, I am here tonight to finally play Final Fantasy 16. It came out on Thursday, but I haven't had the chance to play it. Um, I had a little bit of time, like the free time that I had. I just wanted to do a little bit of catch up first. I played the demo online. The demo was, from what I understand, the prologue of the game. So we're done with the prologue. If you don't know what's going on, we get like a flashback to when Clive was younger. He became the number one knight in his duchy that his father was the Duke of, and his mother betrayed them to the Empire, who went and found them in the dead of night and assassinated them. Oh, hold on one second. Sorry about that. I had to step away for a little bit, but everything's okay. Um, so yeah, we got betrayed, and then on top of that, our little brother, who was the, I forget what they're called. They're called something, but they're basically hosts for Eidolons. He like erupted, and then a second fire Eidolon appeared in the form of Ifrit, and they fought, and apparently, Ifrit ripped off the Phoenix's head. So we'll see how that plays out, I guess. Clive seems to be the only survivor, other than his mom, and that was it. Dominance, yeah, the dominance. Thank you. How's it going, Scott? So yeah, it's pretty wild. Additionally, there's something else I was gonna bring up. I haven't been able to play. The little time that I did have, I spent playing Undertale. As a reminder, we have a game club next Wednesday, I believe. We're going to be discussing Undertale. I was able to get through it on one playthrough. I think to get the full experience, I'd have to do multiple playthroughs, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that. So I might just wiki the other playthroughs, but we'll see what happens. I still got some time. And that's it. I'm glad you're doing well. Oh yeah, Undertale. Yeah, it's pretty short. It only took me about 6 hours, and I was going in blind. So if you went in with like a guide or something, it should be fast. Some of the fights are a little bit tough in that game because the system is so weird, but otherwise it's pretty good. I got a little emotional, but it never really hit me to a point where like I shed tears. Okay, transform to the main game. I love these little sprites that they made. Oh yeah, and our chocobo died too. Everybody died because like Ifrit exploded. Let's configure real quick. It still remembers all of this. A little bit. Then Final Fantasy 16 released. Yeah, I don't blame you. This is the priority game for most people. rate. I noticed in the demo I was still getting a little bit of choppy frame rate, but we'll see how that is in the main game now that it's been patched. It's like version, what, 1.0002 or something? Let's bring the master volume down a little bit. And toggle controller sound. I'm not able to hear the controller, so let's turn that off. Game volume is a bit loud. Okay. Let's bring this down to 50. And then I'll do desktop audio for anything else. We don't have visual alerts on. Text, English. Whoa. Maybe I should make it, we'll keep it on medium. Neat. Okay. Let's continue past the prologue. I don't know if anybody else was doing it using the active time library or encyclopedia or whatever it is. I was using that a lot in the demo, so I may pause in cutscenes to like read stuff, but I'll make sure that whatever understanding I have is passed on. Additional content is now available. These items. Oh yeah, because I got like the pre-order and the collector's edition. The Nysa Defile, Dalmekian Republic.
Welcome back. Sorry. What's our situation?
Interesting thing that I'm curious if Twitch to
Let's just say
sure.
Shiva and Titan's little spat hasn't made things any easier.
That dude that got crushed, I thought for sure he was going to be a bad guy or turncoat or something, but he exploded under that rock.
And?
It's as you thought. The Crusaders have sounded the retreat.
Then we follow.
We're down a man, Sergeant.
If we return without Shiva's head, our fate will be no different from Biast's.
This is where the demo ended.
I'll take my chances with the Iron Blood. At least then I might die fighting.
After you do, that is.
Harsh.
I won't be dying. Not today.
Time lore. The Bastards. A unit of Imperial assassins tasked with... Okay, I read this before. All of its members are bearers. The branded men passed. Okay, so bearers. Wyvern, a slave soldier for the Holy Emperor. Okay, the Empire was the one that were like took over my duchy. Now it's 13th year servitude. Oh, did they just call him Wyvern? They don't even call. He doesn't have a name. He's not Clive. He's just Wyvern. Though drafted as a frontline infantryman, the magical might granted him by the blessing of Phoenix quickly saw him promoted to an elite squadron of assassins, where he was assigned the moniker by which he's now known. Their latest mission to descend into the Nysa Defile, where bloody battle rages between the Iron Kingdom and the Republic of Dalmekia, and take the head of the Shiva's dominant. And branded soldier, bearers bearers forced to fight for the nations that enslave them, able to cast powerful magics yet entirely disposable. Once branded, you have no name. Interesting. Okay.
Then it's settled. No dying. Now, if you don't mind, we have an army to chase.
Ooh, that frame rate was smooth. Awoken. Rise from your reverie. The iconic abilities Scarlet Cyclone and Heatwave for the Phoenix are now available for acquisition and upgrade on the abilities tab in the main menu. Do not forget that once acquired, new abilities must be equipped on the Gear and Icons tab.
How do they expect us to kill something that can do this?
They don't. Only the girl holding its leash.
Attributes. Abilities. I have 186 ability points. I cannot upgrade any of these. Okay. Nothing else. Okay. This is really good looking. Stone Skin Tonic.
All the old trails are gone. It'll be hell finding a way out.
Do you think a retreating army and their dominant will fare any better?
Ooh. Those guys are dead. They never had stood a chance. Ice is melting, cracking.
By the flames.
Lots of death. Hello, boys. Ooh, man, if you were at the tip top of that, no way you'd survive it.
Did you hear that?
Down there.
They have
So,
prisoners.
Titan has knocked the fight out of our Ironblood friends. Where are the rest of them? That can't be the main host.
Wait. Our fortunes have turned, Sergeant. It's her.
The dominant? Are you certain?
This game is so
Crystalline
good, but apparently
Orthodoxy
people
is a
are hating on it,
backwards
saying it
faith.
isn't an
For a
RPG for some stupid reason. I think it's the best Final Fantasy game in years. The demo felt great. It's not turn-based. If they're saying like it's not turn-based. So that them soups the power of an icon that they may look and think no differently to any other man. They can not only cast elemental magics without a crystal, but also crystals are like I mentioned it before in my Discord, but I think that from playing the game, slavery seems to be a big like thematic element of this game that they're going to be going over. But I think that the crystals are also kind of like an allegory for global warming, like the destruction of our environment. So it is very Final Fantasy in that way as well. But we'll see how that goes, because people use crystals for everything. And apparently they're dying, and it's causing a literal poison to seep across the lands, which has been happening for like 13 years. Because remember when the whole reason they left their duchy in the beginning was to go do a traditional prayer so that they could go and claim the mountain so that they could fight the poison. So I don't know how far the poison is stretched across 13 years. They're claiming it is an action game only and doesn't have enough RPG elements to them with the abilities. It's funny that you say that. I know that we're pausing and we're kind of having a discussion. We just played Final Fantasy 2, and in that game, abilities, like when I was playing that game, I felt like they were putting things that are like in this game, but they couldn't visualize them because the technology wasn't there yet. Because you did have these I mean, the start of that game is traveling through running through a forest, and you and your friends are attacked and kind of murdered. And I feel like people are, I mean, if people are complaining that this doesn't feel Final Fantasy enough, I feel like maybe they haven't played enough Final Fantasy, or they're like picking and choosing a specific feeling, because this is Final Fantasy, at least so far. I feel like when I put more hours into this game, and probably when I get through it, I'll go back and look at those criticisms and see where they may have came from. Because another criticism that is sort of that I'm sort of getting an understanding for early on was there was a what's the word I'm looking for? There was some conflict because the creators were like, we didn't put any people of color in the game. It's just these Anglo-European type people. And people were like, oh, you can't write a black person, you can't write a brown person in this game. And then as I played the demo, I was like, oh, there's a lot of slavery in this game. I'm sure it would have been really hard for these Japanese people that don't really have, you know, they would have been talking out their ass if they put like black people in chains as slaves and weren't able to write it in a way that was respectful to those people. Like they would have had to have a whole another team maybe change their whole story completely to fit that. So I'm like, maybe they just knew not to cross that threshold. But I'm speaking very early on, like literally 3 hours into the game. So we'll see how that goes as the game continues. Maybe there are more people of color. Maybe slavery isn't that big a thing. Maybe it was just part of the prologue. I don't know. But I feel like understanding will come with experience.
Its people. In the Iron Kingdom, they teach that dominants are unclean aberrations, born of blackest sin. Only their priests are allowed to perform the rites of priming.
I feel like that's a good take on it.
We end this quickly.
Oh shit, we're going right into a fight.
Please.
These people are monsters.
Data! Must be iron.
Is that girl our friend? The one when we were a kid?
What Alvation Naukin, Alad Scully asked.
Let this be the end.
Avis, care to kill some iron blood?
Gladly.
Oh yeah. R1 is the dodge.
You focus on the target.
Understood.
L1 is the target. And it's a 4-hit. Okay, that was the combo. When I was playing the demo, the base combo that I always used was 1, 2, 3. Swift recovery. Alright, cool. I don't have a block. Let me get her pattern down.
Who's that?
Hey Bobby, how's it going? Ah, damn. Block, I believe, is L2? From when I played in the demo, you didn't get a block until you got the thunder, not the earth icon, Titan. And that was a counter. Well, I mean, it was a block, but it was if you timed it right, it was a counter, which I love. I almost always had that thing equipped. Or that, ah, damn it. Quick recovery. I meant to dodge swift recovery again. 1, 2, 3, up. And then that's too late. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Magic attack, ability. Alright, that's my combo. Okay, that was my teleport.
Orders, Sergeant. Stop talking and move.
Yeah, there isn't a block until you get Titan. And you can hold it and you'll get like I don't know what the point of the point system is.
She's not even fully primed.
To dodge.
Just what I need.
Ow. I'm just eating hits. Is what is the problem. What are you doing? I'm gonna use another potion. Oh, I should have put. I looked at my potion count. Dodge. Let's get away. You know what I should dodge? There we go.
I will not have their blood on my hands.
Precision dodge. Dodge. Just love eyes with how much you're eating. Oh yeah. I guess I could be hitting with magic while that's happening. Dodge. 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 Precision dodge. Oh, I was hoping that my teleport would give me iframes from that area, from the AoE attack. Maybe it does and the timing was just off. Should I let it? No, that was too... good lunge. I wanted... Did you see my R2? I hit R2 instead of R1. And then he's going to do another one. Oh, I was hoping that I was gonna dodge behind those projectiles. Lizaga. I just noticed that they showed the names. Staggered. Okay.
Lost.
Something happens in my inputs because what I'm wanting to do is do 1, 2, 3, 4, and then my magic attack. But and it was happening in the demo too, where the magic attack wasn't coming out, and I would just reset back to neutral. And I don't know if I'm hitting it too early or too late, but I need to figure that out. What is Steel Soak? Oh, it's crafting. Cool. And as she fought, she said tears of ice which shattered on the bloodstained earth below. A Damekian soldier account of the Battle of Nisa. I like his sword. That one dude behind him, it has like a little thing on the back of the blade. This guy. Oh, you can't see my finger. I'm pointing at my monitor. The one to like stage right.
Is she dead?
I don't think so.
Well, what are you waiting for?
It is our friend.
No, that's not you. Not here.
I'll bloody do it then.
Oh, you are dead.
Fuck.
If Clive was still standing there, he would have eaten that. Are you gonna use the pre-order items? Sword is a bit. Yeah, I'll use them. I gotta check them whenever I get them. I paid for them.
What the hell are you doing?
Lord Ohida Vendra!
Get your ass over here and help me with these bastards!
I'm sorry, Jill.
I still don't get how he pulls the sword out of his scabbard.
What is wrong with you, Wyvern?
Dominant. I know her.
Know her? Look around you! Do you think any of these animals care? I need you here! That
What? Land 15 ship strikes? What is... This is Final Fantasy 14 writers for sure.
Now that that's done, I won't ask you again, Wyvern. Take her head so we can be done with this.
I'm not.
I can't. I won't.
You would betray the Holy Empire?
Betray? I don't recall ever pledging allegiance to your Emperor. My service may have been bought with this brand, but not my loyalty. I just fight to survive.
The trophy
And
didn't
you
do-
think
yeah.
I don't? The Empire will have our heads if we
Alright,
return
what are you gonna
empty handed. So if you won't take hers, I'll have to take yours.
I told you, Sergeant. I'm not dying here today. And neither is she.
Let's find out.
Oh, damn. Okay, so we can do 2 attacks in a row. I tried to do a second dodge there.
This time.
Gotcha. Let's do our combo. See, the magic didn't come out that time, and it fucked everything up for me. So I'm just gonna mash now. There's the combo.
Wyvern, have you forgotten who plucked you from the front lines?
Ah, damn
Who
it.
trained you? Who gave you a name when you had none?
You speak as if we don't bear the same brand, Sergeant. I've always had a name, and I've not forgotten it.
Still clinging to the past like a torn blanket. Then you will die, as you should have 13 years ago.
It's too late on the dodge.
Wyvern!
Ow. Damn it, it's too late.
I'll take your head.
I think I might change. I think I just have to get used to it. I might change my dodge button to circle because I'm hitting the button with the flat of my finger instead of the tip, and it's starting to affect my.
For nothing. No one. And I will not fall by your hand.
And the magic didn't come out again. Okay, so I can't counter every time. Run.
Not this time.
Alright, you're almost dead. Tiamat? His name's Tiamat? That's wild. They're referencing early Final Fantasy. That should end it. It's it right here. I wonder if the other one. Oh, well, no. Bias? Is Bias the name of another Aeon from like a past game or past boss? And I don't know who that second dude that ate the axe. I don't know what his name was. I wonder if these were all references to Final Fantasy enemies from the past. Meteorite. Just as drops of molten iron fall from a smith's oven to the floor to cool, so too do they fall from the celestial found. Why are they churching up space? So the celestial foundry, where the gods forge their divine instruments of war, or so it is believed. We call these otherworldly outcastings meteorites. Wow, these writers were so horny for themselves. Well, Clive, how are you going to get through this? Maybe I know Tiamat and Wyvern are. Yeah, I feel like Bias. Was it Bias the name of that orange cat from Super Mario RPG? Oh. I know from the demo who this is. Probably the sexiest person in Final Fantasy in a long time. Not the dog. Him.
This way.
Oh shit. This why.
Bloody wind.
Jesus
Well, come on, then.
Christ. And the dog is Torvald, right?
Fuck.
Tarvod?
Fuck.
And that's Benedicta, right? Yeah, Benedicta Harmon. Commander of the Kingdom of Waloed's elite intelligencers, who sits by her liege's side at the highest table of the state, most recently in their negotiations with the Dalmex at Zernitra Stronghold. But Barnabas, who's Titan, is not the only one with whom she shares a special bond. Benedicta also has eyes and ambitions for Hugo Kupka. I don't know who that is. The sole surviving nation in Ash, Waloed has its capital at Stonher, home of the Mother Crystal of Drake's Spine. That's the Mother Crystal we were trying to take over in the demo. A warlike land, its considerable military might serves to keep neighboring countries at bay. While Waloed does maintain a national alliance with the Dalmatian Republic in Southern Storm, it is very much a marriage of convenience. I love when Dominus show up because I get to guess their icon. Like for him, I wasn't sure if it was Rama or Ixion. The only issue I have with Sid is his voice sounds like Kigar. That's the thing. I think you have like zero attraction to men, and I have a little bit. That voice is doing things to a lot of people. Like, it's wild.
Hugo dear, my proud desert lion. Would that you had taken care when chasing the hare? I expected more from the mighty Titan. You put the Ice Queen on her back. No doubt. But you'll have to work harder if you're to claim this prize.
Her and the Titan guy, they have like snakeskin style armor, or like adornments.
We'll be hearing more soon enough.
I wonder if that's thematic.
You always were fucking snakes.
There, she's your snake. She's projecting.
Gather the men. We have work to do.
That golden thing on her leg looks like snakeskin, and I think the dude has some snakeskin like on his chest or something. If I remember correctly. I could be wrong about that.
Jill. Is it really you? And who's this fine hound I see before me?
A fine hound who saved your life. That's who.
Fawn Hound. The demo has multiple parts. You mentioned earlier about having Titan's abilities. Is that? Oh, I'll pause real quick. Torgal. That's who it was. Do you get anything new here? Jill Warwick. So, you mentioned earlier about having Titan's ability, but that is quite a long way from what I can tell. So in the demo, once you finish the story part of the demo, like the prologue, you unlock a action part of the demo where you're infiltrating a castle and you do a short boss fight with a boss. You'll see there. I don't want to spoil it, but I mean, like you just learn it on your own. And in that, they're like, we're gonna give you abilities you would normally not have at this section of the game, so you have an idea what the combat as. And they give you the abilities of Phoenix, Titan, and the wind one, Garuda, I think. And in this game, you like swap between them, like you swap between them with L2, and they have like a base ability, like Phoenix's is a teleport, Titan's is a shield, and Garuda's is like a whip that like will draw enemies to you, or if they're too big, it'll like draw you to them. It's sort of like the zip line in Arkham. But then additionally, you get 2 other abilities which can be swapped out. I don't know if that main ability can be swapped out or not. It didn't seem like it, but I could be wrong. And so you'd have to swap between your Eidolons to have it. So what I would wind up doing is I'd keep Titan on most of the time, and I would get the counters, and then I would swap. I would just do my regular combos until I got a topple or stun of some sort, and then I would like swap through all of my Eidolons to like get all my abilities in like a big burst damage. And there were times that I would accidentally have the wrong one equipped, or I would hit L2 instead of R2 or R2 instead of L2. And so it was like a learning thing. The person I know that probably has the most experience with it is Uma Boy, because he said that he played through that part like 3 times, which is wild. Sidolphus Telamon. Is that another callback? Cornered by a battalion of Iron Kingdom Crusaders, Clive thought his end was nigh until Sid appeared and spirited him and Jill away. Dominant of Shiva and Clive's childhood friend, in the depths of the Nissa defile, the two came to blows. At the orders of the armies that enslaved them, Jill fighting to defend the priests of the Iron Kingdom, Clive obeying the Empire's orders to take the head of Shiva's dominant. Exhausted from her tilt with Titan, Jill came close to falling to her assassin's blade, but was spared at the last moment when Clive's memories came flooding back. So minor spoilers for the game. Seems they must have given you the first 3 since I just got Garuda. Yeah. I figured you'd get Garuda pretty early on. I mean, the person you fight is basically giving you Garuda.
You 2 acquainted?
And I was like,
well,
you can't have Garuda before fighting.
Taking him off my hands. Funny. I'd always pictured you as more the Chocobo type. Clive Rosfield. Come now. Fleet as flame, fierce as a wildfire. That there was the blessing of the Phoenix. I'd heard rumors that you'd survived, but I never paid them much heed. Calm down. I didn't come all this way for your handsome mug. Now her, on the other hand, she seemed worth muddying my boots for. None the worse for wear. Still, might be best to get a second opinion. Back her up.
No! Oh.
Not another step. I mean it.
Well, I'm not about to leave her here. Not one with a warm bed waiting. It's all right. You're welcome to join us. You do want to help her, don't you?
Hold on, I want to see if there's lore for the big dude. Yeah, goats. Isn't this this is another callback? One of Sid's trusted allies, a general giant who has a warm word for everyone. Torgal. Clive's faithful friend, now fully grown. After the tragic events at Phoenix Gate, Clive believed Torgal was lost to him. However, their paths were to cross again some 13 years later.
Sid, if we aren't back soon, Nan'll have our heads.
For a second, I thought he was a mute.
I'll explain everything once we're back at the hideaway. Come on.
Torgal. Where? Interesting. Can I look all around? Ooh, look, there's giant dildos coming out of the ground. It's a big city. Oh, what the heck is that? Was that ever explained? How does that not just drain the ocean? How is it not filled up with water? That's not where we fought, where Ifrit showed up. Ifrit and us showed up over here somewhere. Wait, are these giant dildos the mother crystals? No, the mother crystals are like actual mountains, right? Like this is the mother crystal. This is like a mountain of crystal. Well, what the hell are these things? I guess we'll figure it out later. Let's go to the hideout. The withered remnants of a once verdant valley, long consumed by the blight. One would have to be either extremely foolish or extremely desperate, or an extremely desperate fool, to make this wasteland their home.